Now, anti-Semitism is, of course, a subject that has been discussed a lot at the conference. Well, earlier I spoke with the Israeli MP Eilat נחמיאס ורבין on why she's attended the Labour Party conference this year in Liverpool, because the Israeli Labour Party has broken off diplomatic ties with Jrmי Corbyn.
Well, I came here to strengthen our friends. We have wonderful friends in the Labour Party, and as you said, we have disengaged from Jrmי Corbyn's office, but not from the Labour Party, and mainly, I should add, not from Labour Party values, which I'm saddened to say I'm not so sure Mr. Corbyn really represents.
Now, you're making a speech tonight at a fringe meeting to Labour Friends of Israel. What message are you hoping to send to Mr. Corbyn?
Well, first of all, I'm going to be speaking about the fact that anti-Semitism is something that should be completely banned from Labour Party or from any party in the world. I can tell you that I've been fighting parliamentary-wise against any kind of anti-Semitism revelations from right-wing parties or governments, and actually fighting my own Prime Minister when it comes to engaging with such factors. So no question from my part that when it comes from the left, I will do just the same. But not all criticism of Israel is anti-Semitism, and I'm well aware of that. Obviously, I wake up in the morning and I'm thinking how I'm going to be changing government in Israel, and yet it is my government, and not everything that it does is immediately bad or should be, completely taken aside as something bad or against the Palestinians. So we need to be more balanced. I think that's the important message, that it needs to be more balanced, the approach towards Israel when it comes to criticism. And obviously, I would like to add that I'm very concerned about the fact that leadership here, and mainly Mr. Corbyn obviously, has not been really trying to fight anti-Semitism from within, and it's mixed up, of course, with the meetings with terrorists, with Palestinian terrorists. Basically, just to say that he's met more Palestinians who've killed Israelis rather than Israelis, and that it's about time it would change.
But of course, he says he has dealt with the issue. He's taking it very seriously. He's fought racism all of his life, and he doesn't want anti-Semitism in the Labour Party. Don't you believe him?
Unfortunately, I don't, because I saw him on Andrew Marr on Sunday, and what I found out is someone who's trying to avoid the tough questions. Just to give an example, you have a member of parliament in your own parliament, Luciana Berger, who's been going through threats, and this is a party who's already unfortunately experienced the terrible death of Joe Cox. And what you find out is that when she's going through something like that, nobody in leadership mainly, not standing for her, not standing in her defense. And I completely cannot accept that, because this is not just a political position that she's defending. She's fighting against anti-Semitism. She is the one standing by the right side of history.
Do you believe that Jrmי Corbyn is anti-Semitic himself?
Unfortunately and sadly, I believe that he is anti-Semite himself. He really is not concerned with being balanced when it comes to Israel-Palestinian issues, but more importantly, he is maybe anti-racist. I didn't see any indications for that, real indications for that, but he is anti-Semite. And unfortunately, the Jewish community, the wonderful Jewish British community here, who really want to remain both identities, to stand strongly by both identities, feel unsafe when it comes to the option that Mr. Corbyn should go into number 10. And I think that indicates more than anything else that we are dealing with something that is very untypical, and definitely has nothing to do with Labour Party values. What kind of values do you share, Mr. Corbyn, with those terrorists? What kind of Labour Party values do you share with those inhumane people?
A lot of the people at the Labour Party conference firmly believe that your Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, is racist. Do you?
Well, I think Benjamin Netanyahu is not racist, but I do believe that he's doing a lot of things the wrong way. From my perspective, it's very important to reinstate dialogue with the Palestinians. Even though I have a lot of complaints about Palestinian leadership, doesn't matter. My parties stand strongly by the two-state solution, and the turnout should be reinstating dialogue as soon as we can. So that's a very, very strong belief. I do think that he's going about things in the wrong way, and I'm not happy about about what he's doing. That's why I wake up in the morning, every morning, picking a new fight, or unfortunately some of the fights are picked for me. But I do not believe that he's racist. You can't really be Prime Minister of Israel and be racist, I've got to tell you, even if your name is Benjamin Netanyahu.
Have you felt unsafe as an Israeli MP whilst you've been at this conference?
Well, I'm Israeli, so I would have loved to pick a good row, but in the sense that I would have loved to give a good argument with people who don't think as I do. But I can tell you, I felt safe, but that was not the question. We asked people to come in with an Israeli flag, and the delegates were afraid. And I think that is very, very sad. They were afraid to hold a Palestinian flag as well as an Israeli flag because they felt they will be unsafe. And obviously I'm talking about Labour Party delegates. I think that is very sad. I came here to show support to John Ryan, the wonderful members of Parliament, being friends of Israel, in spite of their criticism, because they know that anti-Semitism is something that is completely unacceptable, and they will not stand for that. And they're paying a personal price, a heavy personal price. I don't think that's Labour Party values, and I came here to say that out loud.
And that was Israeli Labour MP Eilat Nachmias Verbin speaking to me a little earlier from the Labour Party conference. That fringe meeting that she's speaking at should be a little bit tasty this evening, I suspect, if she repeats those remarks.